Yes, let me bring in Charles Marino now, who served as senior advisor to Homeland Security Secretary Janet Napolitano from 2009 to 2011. Charles, it's always good to have you. What do you make of all this? Good idea or bad idea to outfit these ICE agents with electric shock gloves?
Well, as technologies continue to evolve in the professional law enforcement, this is an additional less than lethal option, similar to a taser, similar to a baton. However, the use of it in itself is still a use of force. So along with the issuance of these new technologies, which seem to come out each and every day, a different version, you're going to have to ensure that all of these agents and officers have adequate training, adequate policies that determine what situations this type of issued technology would be authorized for use.
You bring up tasers. To my understanding, ICE agents also carry tasers. Aren't those enough?
Well, the question is, how many tools are too much? And I think there really is a true conversation to be had about how many devices do officers and agents need to have on them at one single time? And does that create problems in itself? I think the answer is yes, it could, especially if you don't have training that's adequate to address all of these. We have seen situations, unfortunately, where officers have thought they are grabbing for their taser and have grabbed their weapon and fired their firearm, hurting and killing people. So the training is essential here, but you're right. It's got to be limited in terms of what these officers and agents are carrying at any single time.
And ICE officers' conduct and use of force has been a lightning rod issue throughout this second Trump administration. The ACLU, other civil rights advocates are already sounding the alarm over this plan. So do you agree? Is it fair to be skeptical about this?
Yes, and I think also cautious. The rollout here for ICE officers is going to have to be quite deliberate, and I think it should be transparent with the public in terms of how long the training is for these new devices, who they're going to be issued to, and as I pointed out, the policies and the procedures, the specific use cases where ICE envisions this type of technology being used. I think as long as you have that transparency, then yes, it can be an effective tool, but it's got to be done the right way, especially with the enhanced scrutiny that the agency is under, as you cited.
Yeah, and you know, we know that ICE plans to spend $20 million on these gloves. With the implementation of them, do you read that as the administration admitting that they need to scale things back and introduce less lethal means of force?
Yeah, I think it could be viewed that way. I think when you're offering more options that fall below the use of lethal force, you're demonstrating that maybe there have been situations where a firearm has been reverted to a little too quickly in some situations. So what this does is it gives ICE officers and agents an additional tool in an effort to de-escalate. Again, still on the use of force chart, but well below the use of lethal force. So look, I'm all for new technologies. I'm all for testing new technologies, but it doesn't mean you need to issue everything at once.
Yeah. And lastly, just before I let you go, you know, these gloves I was reading are already used in some jails and some prisons. Critics have called on ICE to stop shooting people, but then, you know, they introduce, I should say, less lethal force, you know, in the form of these gloves, and it's still a problem. Do you think there's anything that ICE can do to win over skeptics, or no?
In some cases, absolutely not. And you may see this technology and these gloves be used in certain use cases. You may see them used, for example, in ICE detention centers. You may see them used in higher risk operations. So that's going to be up to the agency. But in some of these cases, let's face it, many people don't believe that the federal immigration laws of this country should be enforced, no matter who is doing it. So in some cases, ICE is just not going to win over some portion of the population, and we have to accept that.
Well, talk about an interesting development, and I wanted to get your 2 cents on it. So, Charles Marino, thank you for your time this morning and your expertise, sir. Always a privilege to have you.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.